Cowboys. The front flip bump, obviously sweet. This Ferguson fella, 4th-round pick out of
Wisconsin,
is a dog for this Dallas Cowboys team. They move on from Schultz to bring this guy in. Now, Schultz had a big day with the Houston Texans, but this Ferguson guy has become an absolute weapon for Dak Prescott. Last week, he had that sick catch over down the seam. And then Turpin, who had a couple big returns, not a bad special teams day, is able to make a remarkable catch with a perfectly thrown ball D-butt from Dak Prescott.
It is. Dak didn't have a bad game. Obviously, little flubs with the clock late, some things he could have done over, but Dak didn't have a bad game at all.
So now we're jousting. Now we're in the middle of it. 14-7 second quarter. Time for the brotherly shove, and it's another tud. We did watch a team just yesterday not be able to execute the brotherly shove. I forget which team it was, but it was literally a minute and a half before this one happened, where it's 4th and 1, couldn't pick it up. Aaron Donald, I think, blew it up from underneath. But this is a weapon for this Philadelphia Eagles team. Every single game, they do it better than everybody else. 21-17, third quarter, second goal. Oh, A.J. Brown hiding out underneath, running across. Stephon Gilmore couldn't catch up D-Bud.
Hey, so talented. Whenever you run across that field, it's tough for the DBs. Obviously, nice little alley. Little recreation of the D-Wade, LeBron pick. Love that. But just so much talent on this Eagles roster, up and down on both sides of the ball. A.J.
Brown scoring tuds all over the place for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's on track to do something just remarkable. What is it?
Yeah, so this is the first game in the last 7 where he didn't have 125 reception yards, but that did break the record, 6 straight games.
Let's go to the fourth quarter, 28-17, 11-point spread. Obviously, Cowboys are dead with how great the Eagles are playing. Did he get in on 4th and goal? Did he get in on 4th and goal? Pause. Pause. No, he did not. No, he didn't. What a heartbreaker. What a perfectly thrown ball.
Yep.
The route could have just been about a half inch further, and it's a touchdown. But instead, Philadelphia Eagles get the ball back. No points for you, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, they always talk about the NFL being a game of inches, football in general being a game of inches, and I think that gets a little overblown, but never more apparent than right there.
Let's go back to the fourth quarter. Dallas Cowboys again in scoring position. 1st and goal. Dak scrambles. Finds. Absolute weapon in the back corner. Now, Dak Prescott played some incredible football.
Yeah.
I don't know if the conversation is going to be about him letting the team down because he did have an opportunity to win it a couple times, but I saw great Dak. I saw good offense, too. Tolbert obviously runs 4 different routes, gets a guy spun, and picks up a big touchdown D-Bud.
Yeah, he threw the last pass to Tolbert. Will obviously get to it, which a lot of people are like, oh, why do you go to that matchup in the end? But Tolbert did make some plays, and Dak all season long has been using his legs more, throwing the ball and running the ball.
5-point spread after that touchdown, 28-23. Let's go for 2 to make it a field goal game. Dak Prescott scrambling, has the edge. BG's not going to get him. That a baby Dak. Way to get in.
Huge.
Way to get in. Oh, no.
Can't have
Oh, no. So first is Schoonemaker touchdown is literally, they have, 8 points sitting on the board with a total of about a half yard or so for the Dallas Cowboys, getting incredibly unlucky there in Philly. But you can't step out.
That's tough. That's on him, kind of like the Pickens one earlier this week where he could have got 2 feet in the end zone. You got to get that foot. You got to be aware of the sideline, especially that close to the end zone.
28-23, minute 22 left, 4th and 8. This you would think would be their last series with the ball.
Man.
Throws it to Tolbert again. Now everybody's talking about why you end up going to Tolbert. Why are you doing that? CeeDee Lamb was one-on-one on the other side. Tolbert made a big play for him earlier. He probably thought it was the best opportunity. It was incomplete. Game's over, right?
Sure thing.
Nope. Another 3 and out for the Eagles. Dallas Cowboys get the ball back, and this time they're even closer to striking range. 28-23, 1st and 10. No timeouts. Can't get a sack.
Oh, no.
Take a sack. Everett Sweat having a good time. Way to go. Somebody on the sideline said, hey, we got to play football still. We got to play football still. Dallas Cowboys come running back. They were all down in the end zone about 15, 20 yards that way. Had to turn around and run. That's another 60-yard sprint roughly. They choose not to spike it with 11 seconds left. Throw into triple coverage, throw away. Clock stops at 5 seconds. Only one opportunity now. Your thoughts on that decision from Mike McCarthy?
Could have spiked it. They tried to call a QB draw earlier, and it was a false start with no timeouts. That was terrible. Not really mad at that play. They obviously could have spiked it, but you can also just go 4 verts and still have another shot in the end zone if it is incompletion. So not too pissed off at that one. But
if it works, obviously, hero. Brilliant.
Or you get a flag.
You took advantage of a defense who thought you were going to spike it. So it could have been a little trickery. Not going to spike it. Ooh, we're actually running for it. If it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't, you go, Wait, let the boys get some air.
What are you doing?
Let the boys get some air. If they want to run 4 goes, let's go ahead and fix it. Mike McCarthy's past also tells us he's potentially going to mess something up with clock management. I agree with the decision. Only because if it works, everybody says he's a genius.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world, obviously, because they did have another chance, but you also knew in hindsight, after everything worked out, like he was going to get crucified today. He was going to get crucified after the game. Like you said, there's so much stuff in his past that everyone was going to point to that if something negative happened.
Last play of the game, 3rd and 26, can still get a first down on the 1-yard line, although you have no time because there's 5 seconds. Dak, back, completion, not enough. They basically just stacked the line at the goal line here. Anything in front, we don't care about, right, D-Book?
Yep, smart. Just a picket fence right on that goal line. Keep it in front of you. Obviously, even if they get to the 1-yard line, as long as you tackle them inbounds, it's over with. Game over.
Yeah, it was great. Great game. And a lot of people are maybe burying the Cowboys because of this. I think I learned that the Cowboys may be better than we thought they were going to be. Yeah. And on the flip side, this Philadelphia Eagles team now, don't look now, 8-1.
Yeah.
8-1.
League leading.
I believe that is the best in the league. Yep. Obviously looking for home field advantage. And they've continued to just show up, this Philadelphia Eagles team.
Yeah, unbelievable. And you think about, home field advantage and the places it matters, Philly's one of those places. And with the Niners kind of going on that little schneid, and obviously the Lions are still hanging around. They were on the bye week, but it feels like the Eagles have kind of cemented themselves as the best team in the NFC, as that number 1 team. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about their defense in comparison to last year, but their offense is rolling. It feels like no matter what, even when A.J. Brown has 61 yards, you would think, okay, maybe, there's a close game. Dallas probably won. I mean, Devonta Smith, he had a good game. He scored a touchdown. So they can beat you in so many different ways. It more so just solidifies like, yep, that's the best team in the NFL.
Saw a lot of emotion on Devonta Smith.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
A little more than usual.
A lot of motion.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I liked it. And they obviously have the perfect time for the bye coming up. Let's go to the Sirianni family and see what they're doing during the bye.
What do you want to do during the bye, girl?
His daughter.
You have some time off too. You got fall break this week. What do you want to do during this week? What's one thing you want to do during this week? Want to get Chick-fil-A?
This guy's a showman, buddy.
Yeah, he is.
Sirianni's a showman.
Yes, he is.
Chick-fil-A.
No, I didn't say
Bye week isn't just about Chick-fil-A. It is obviously hanging out with your family, which I assume he's very excited to get into. It's also for the team to get rested and maybe a chance to continue to look at what they're doing. What can we do differently? This Eagles team down the stretch is going to be a problem on the NFC side. We know that, Ty.
Get healthy, too, because Jalen Hurts, he's been toughing it out every single week, but it seems like he's had a couple, different things kind of flare up. He obviously got banged up yesterday and came back in, but perfect timing for him to kind of get a week off and hopefully be closer to 100% for the stretch run.
He seems to, I don't want to say recover quick, but last week we saw him in the middle of a game, limp, and then he got back in the huddle, and 2 plays later, he was all the way. Last night, that thing, he got hit sideways, thought he was tapping out.
Yeah, for sure.
They called timeout, and he was, you're not, right? And he was, I'm actually not. I'm going back out there.
His shoes.
He's a dog.
So cool,
and the color of those dudes.
That's what I was talking about. Like they highlighted that. That's what I took away from when they were showing the knee or whatever, and then him jogging off as those are the coolest spikes I've ever seen, David.
And Jalen never wants to be photographed like this, obviously, on camera. He was on his, all fours pretty much, and that's when I saw the shoes. I was like, damn, what color are those? I don't even know what color they are, and is he going to get fined for those shoes?